Welcome to my playthrough at Chrono Trigger. This is the second half of Magnus's Castle. Start out the month of February. And we take off from right where we left off. Like I said, I am purposely fighting everything. Plus, in this stretch, you can't avoid them, I believe. Be able to hug the wall to avoid them. On that, I'm not 100% sure. I think I've tried it, but like I said, I'm not 100%. And honestly, I'm getting as much TP from these battles to raise my skills as I got from the mini bosses, and it's much quicker. I mean, that took what, 5 seconds? And yes, since they added auto battle, I use auto battle occasionally. This guy always makes me laugh. First he looks for the tough guys. Oh yeah, get some nice items from this. Okay, be very careful with your timing in this stage. But all you gotta do is miss those axe blades with Chrono, and that dark mail is going to come in very, very handy for the final boss fight. And Deathclaw's a nice little weapon for Robo, who we don't have. But we could switch them out. Keep an eye out for these green guys, and every time they come close, get to one of these ladders that hang down and climb on, or it'll start a fight. And then the next set of stairs, they'll be black and blow up. Okay, now this room, you want to fall down at least once. It's the only way to get all the items, because after you've cleared the room, there's no way to get back here. And the teleport out of this room changes position every time. So check everywhere before trying to use it to get all the items. Because in one of these lower corners, there's a tab or capsule, magic capsule. And I do fall down here twice. I got lucky on the first try. On which one I picked. And I believe that's a save spot. And yes, I just used my level 2 spell to clear them out. They just move way too quickly and they dodge physical attacks. And now that I fell down there twice, and just like on the mountain, you get close to these guys and they'll magic guard, weak against physical attacks. And he's strong against lightning. So, oh yeah, avoid these guys. They blow up and they do a lot of damage. Thank Lucia's napalm skill if you've seen it or have it. And I believe I used it the last time. And yes, one of the bombers was within range of this fight, and as you can see, it did quite a number on Meryl. And sometimes you can get past these birds. And then slip up the stairs. I got lucky he was out of range. They don't give much TP. Decent experience for the level, but now we get a nice chain of fights. And these are technically variations of what we fought going up the mountain. And I think there's a bunch of the jugglers. Yep, there's two jugglers. And if I wouldn't have had the hill, it probably would have been better just to hit everybody with her ice too, since it would have done the same to the jugglers as what the lightning did. And those birds are weak to it. But I also saw this as a good chance to heal. I forget what's in that item. I guess we'll find out in a minute. It's a shame we don't have Alan or Falcon Slash. Bet you with the combination of hitting them with the ice to trigger, weak to physical, and that, you'd take out 2 at a time. I don't know why I did that, except it worked. Oh, that's right, I think he survived the physical attack. Ah, a speed belt. This was the fight they hide in the statues I was thinking of. And with the birds, I just use auto, since it's just quicker. Hey, there's our fire whirl attack. And if I would have been thinking, I'd have iced 2 everybody, which would have killed off the birds and left the juggler. But I wasn't thinking of that. I was mainly thinking, am I close to the boss yet? And yes, these ones you can miss. Okay. First thing I did was I went and grabbed the magic scarf and the mist robe. And I went and equipped it on Lucia. Before I forgot about it. Now, this is the most ridiculous mini-boss fight in the game. Instead of attacking him, you attack these, and they drop a floor. The first 3 make holes all around you. The last one drops him. Now, I believe there's a side quest later on in the game where you fight these 3 again. Yeah. But I won't get into those details until we play it. Okay, this is the last stair down to Magnus. I went, healed up, and saved. I've made the mistake, I only have the one raised dead potion. So, I have to go through this cutscene again. And at least you can read all the words before the cutscene this time. do like that they got him to do new cartoon cutscenes. Giving these scenes a whole new perspective. And the funny thing is, I think that's his best sword for a good while. And I will tell you the results of this battle, unfortunately. I fell this battle because I didn't have the healing items and I didn't have a raise spell. So after this fight, when I reload, I don't use the continue option, which would have brought me right into this fight again. I believe that's the way it was. I used my hard save back in that room, went all the way back out of the castle, back to town, to stock up on items. And that's where the next video will start off from. It's me returning from that village. And by the time I get back, I will have their triple tech for this fight. And this dark attack is why I am so glad I picked up that dark mill. Doesn't do as much damage. Now, he changes his attack every time he gets hit. Like here he changes to water, so I believe her ice attack would have worked. And we have nobody that attacks with fire, so your best bet's a physical attack. X-Strike works pretty good for this. Not the best, but pretty good. But as you can see, as soon as I lost my healer, it's game over, and I used my only Anthian water on Frog for the X-Strike. So all I was doing was healing with items. And also, he only has a weak water attack. He doesn't have water 2. And now we're getting towards the end game of the fight. And his strongest magical attack. And this is where we really needed Meryl as a healer. Because she could have been healing him up. Because just using items like this didn't work. Because I used all the good items before this point. So take this word of advice as we get in the last few minutes of this fight. If the game gives you a chance to leave and go take care of other things, even if it's just to go buy a few items, do it. That way you don't get into this kind of situation where it would have been a miracle. And I did forget Frog had heal, which cures everybody for 100 and some points, just like their combo or Aura Whirl. As soon as I lost him, there weren't very many choices to attack with. And I died pretty quick. I really didn't have anything that would heal more than 200 points, and that's how much damage he does. Well, thank you for watching, and know I do much better in the next episode. Goodbye.